Okay, well, I'd like to welcome everybody today to the Greene County Chamber of Commerce. This would be our August luncheon, and typically we'd be having a beautiful meal, but today we're going to be doing this virtually, and our guest speaker today is going to tell us about BluePrints, which some of you may know used to be called Community Action Southwest and are familiar with the services that they provide. But today we have the Executive Director, Darlene Bigler, who is going to tell us about some of the programs that they have operating right now through their organization. So Darlene, the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks, Melody.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk about BluePrints. I am going to share my screen here, I hope, and show you a little bit about BluePrints. So as Melody said, BluePrints was formerly known as Community Action Southwest. And for those of you who might have been around for a long time, you might remember us as Washington Greene Community Action Corporation, but that was some decades ago. So at BluePrints, we break barriers and build futures. We are still a community action agency, although we are now known as BluePrints. Our mission is a catalytic one. We mobilize resources, whether at the local, the state, or the federal level, so that we can enable families and individuals to attain skills, knowledge, motivation, and opportunities to become self-sufficient. A number of years ago, we made the strategic decision to move away from providing emergency services in favor of focusing our resources on self-sufficiency kinds of programs that really help people move up the ladder. We decided that there were other great organizations in our community like food banking and homeless shelters who could do a great job at the more emergency kinds of services, and that our resources really should be dedicated to self-sufficiency. So our impact, we serve Washington and Greene counties, and as of a couple of years ago, gosh, it's probably been 6 now, we also serve the state of West Virginia. In West Virginia, we provide just our foster care services. So we have offices, our primary offices are in the city of Washington, in Waynesburg, in Parkersburg, and in Fairmont. Every year, we improve the lives of more than 20,000 people. And we do that by breaking barriers and building futures with them. We're a fairly sizable employer. We have 350 employees across our service area, and they are working at more than 50 locations across Washington and Greene counties and West Virginia. We're an organization that really changes with the times to serve our communities. And of course, like all of you, we most recently adjusted to the pandemic and to providing so many of our services in unique ways, largely virtually. But every 3 years, we do an extensive community needs assessment so that we can get a clear understanding of what the needs are in each of our communities. And then we're able to customize the services we provide so that we make sure we are really serving the true needs locally. We have been serving Greene County for 55 years. In 2019, we served more than 5,400 people in Greene County. And we did that through our Aging Well program, our senior programs, for a little over 1,500 people. Our Building Futures programs, which are our self-sufficiency kinds of programming, for almost 600 adults. Our WIC program for more than 2,600 children and women. And then our Early Learning program for close to 700 children and their parents. And in Greene County, we are operating from about 16 different locations. When we changed our name to BluePrints, and I believe it's 2 years this September, We also kind of rebranded the organization. We wanted a clearer way to describe our programs and services. We do a lot of different things, and it can be really complicated and confusing. So we tried to simplify our message. In doing that, we adopted 4 pillars: mind, home, health, and wallet. And we put each of our programs within one of those pillars. And we found that it really is a clearer way to communicate. So this is our mind pillar, where we strengthen and sharpen minds from ABCs to GEDs and beyond. And in Greene County, we provide early learning services. We have the Early Head Start program, which serves children birth to 3. The Head Start program, which serves 3 to 5-year-olds, and Pennsylvania Pre-K Counts, which is 4 and 5-year-olds right before kindergarten. And within all of these programs, we provide continuous child development, education, and support services like nutrition and health. And we do these services either through the classroom or through a home-based option. We have in Greene County 243 slots in these 3 programs. Many of our centers are located in school districts, in school buildings, and we partner closely with them. And others are community-based. Also under our mind pillar is family literacy. We provide adult literacy and parenting skills paired with early education. And here we're working with parents who have children from birth to the 3rd grade. And it's an opportunity to work with kind of the whole family to improve literacy and a love of learning. This is our home pillar, where we stabilize and secure homes from safety for kids to stability for families. And one of our primary programs here is our Home Ownership Center. We provide credit repair, counseling and coaching. We work to help people do home purchases. We have some down payment assistance. When folks get in trouble and are facing a foreclosure, we're able to walk them through that process and often save their homes. And then we also do some homeless prevention. And in Greene County, we work really closely with the Redevelopment Authority on the home purchase and the down payment portion. Recently, we started doing some billboard advertising about the Home Ownership Center in Greene County. So hopefully some of you have seen those. We also operate what's called the Ross program. We have a case manager who works in public housing communities, working with the residents to move them from public housing into a more secure and self-sufficient lifestyle. And oftentimes that leads to people moving directly from public housing to a home purchase. And then we also, just in July, began providing independent living in Greene County, which we're really excited about. We have provided independent living in Washington County for many, many years. So we're excited about the opportunity to expand into Greene County. Here we're working with youth who are adjudicated either delinquent or dependent. These are often children who are going to age out of foster care. And they really need some life skills and some coaching to get them on a good path so that they succeed. So we're doing everything here from helping them explore post-secondary education, make plans for post-graduation from high school, getting driver's licenses, learning how to budget, doing everything that they need to know so that they can move on to a self-sufficient kind of lifestyle. Our health pillar, where we preserve and improve your well-being from health checks to healthy greens and grains. Here we're working with our WIC program, Women, Infants, and Children. And we serve pregnant, postpartum, and breastfeeding women and their children up to the age of 5. So in addition to nutrition education and breastfeeding support, we provide food vouchers for infant formula and for nutritional foods through the grocery stores. But we're also often making referrals for support services in healthcare. In way too many situations, we're seeing moms here who've not yet had their first prenatal visit with a doctor. So often we're helping make those connections. And then we provide our Aging Well programs and services, and Stacy and Jill are both on the line today here. We have 6 community centers located throughout the county, and from those we provide nutritious meals, education, physical fitness, and socialization. And then, as I think Stacy mentioned, we also provide home-delivered meals delivered daily to seniors in need by volunteers. And those 2 programs have really ramped up during the pandemic. I think I lost my number, Stacy. I may need to rely upon you. There we go. Okay. Since the pandemic began, we've delivered more than 29,000 meals to seniors in their homes. And in July, we started what's called grab and go meals. So at the senior centers, we're cooking home meals, and seniors can stop by and pick up their lunch or their dinner. And we have provided 462 grab and go meals just in the month of July. So both of those programs are really seeing an uptick during the pandemic. We've had like a 55% increase in referrals, which has been really challenging to summon volunteers during this time. But we've managed with great support from the community and from our staff. Also in our health pillar, we have our RSVP program. Jill, who's on the line here, manages that. And we have 116 volunteers, ages 55 and up, who work in the community as volunteers in various organizations and agencies, really helping to make a positive difference in the lives of others. That's been a great program. It's fairly new for us. I think we might be in our 4th or 5th year. But it has worked out beautifully, and we're really fortunate to have that in Greene County. And then, of course, we do care management, where we are coordinating the assessment and delivery of services for older adults, and ombudsman services. We are acting as advocates for seniors who are residing in long-term care facilities. And then last but certainly not least is our wallet pillar. Take charge of your wallet. From budget basics to saving strategies, we can help you earn and balance a livable wage. So we provide career development services. And something I wanted to mention here is in human service agencies, oftentimes, we live on grants and contracts, and those grants and contracts are typically 12 months. But when you're working with something like career development, when someone realizes, gosh, I need my GED, I need post-secondary education, I need to get a driver's license, and I need to really figure out what I'm going to do to support my family, that doesn't happen in 12 months. So we're working over time with folks to help them establish their long-term career goal and then work towards that over time. Our Financial Capabilities Center is where we provide budgeting assistance and help people learn to manage and save money. And we do this through regular classes on a weekly basis or individual coaching. And on our YouTube channel, we just launched the first of 5 classes on budgeting and financial literacy. So if you don't have anything better to watch, tune into our YouTube channel and you'll see the first one, which was just posted. And then kind of hand in hand with that is our Match Savings Account program. This is where people can they can save on a weekly basis, and usually they do it for 2 years. And their purchase or their savings is designed to help them purchase a home, pay for post-secondary education either for themselves or for their children, or to start up a small business. And for every dollar that an individual saves, at the end of the program, we're able to match that with another $2. We have operated this program, for probably 10 years now. Originally, it was federally funded, but that was left out of the budget after a period of time. And what's really, I think, just great about this program is that our local community banks have stepped up and funded the program. They're the folks who provide the match because the federal grant money went away. And we are working with probably a dozen banks now who support this program year after year. And we are so grateful to them for that. And then the final program under our wallet pillar is our VITA, Volunteers in Tax Assistance. So we recruit volunteers, and oftentimes those are, especially in Greene County, Waynesburg University students, and they are trained by the IRS. And then from our office, they provide free tax return preparation and e-filing. This got cut short this year because of the pandemic, but we were able to come back at the end and finish things up. So that is a really important program because often we're able to help people get the tax credits that they need that actually move them above the poverty line. So kind of in a nutshell, that's what BluePrints is doing in Greene County these days. And I just wanted to quickly mention a couple of opportunities that we have coming up. The first is we have I believe it's our 24th annual golf outing. It will be on September 21st at the South Point Golf Club. And we are looking for, for golfers as well as sponsors. And if any of you are involved in special events fundraising, you know it's been quite a challenge during the pandemic. So if you are able to support our golf outing in any way, we would really welcome you. The second opportunity is an ongoing one, and it's our Little Free Library campaign. I'm sure you've seen Little Free Libraries, ours and others across the community. Our focus is to place Little Free Libraries, especially at locations where there are young children who might not otherwise have access to books. So often public housing communities and lower income communities. And then we maintain those and we resupply them with a focus on early childhood books. So we are recruiting sponsors to help us out with that project as well. So these are the ways you can get in touch with us. As I mentioned, we have a YouTube channel. We do some really interesting programming there. During the pandemic, our staff have really stepped up and turned into movie stars, basically, as well as our LinkedIn, our Facebook pages, and our website is mentioned there as well. So I appreciate your time, and I'm happy to take any questions if there's time for that.